Okay, everyone, welcome to today's webinar. I just launched a poll. Is this your first time attending this webinar? Let us know. Put it inside. I do see one or two names that are not familiar to me. Just let me know. Is this your first time here? Okay, as we have people who are probably still coming in, let me tell you more about what we do. We have a daily webinar where Jin will be walking you through his thoughts and ideas for specific currency for each day. Monday, he will talk about Aussie, New Zealand. Tuesday, the Euro pairs. Wednesday, the pound. Thursday, yen and gold. And Friday, the Canadian dollar. So today is Wednesday. So Jin will be speaking about the pound pairs as he'll be taking us through different time frame. This webinar is going to be very beneficial to both long-term investors and short-term traders. During this session, Jin will be going through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, highlight potential targets and risk. However, a disclaimer, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. Jin runs LCMs Traders, which is where training is conducted to get traders to be consistent and profitable. And of course, he runs Forex Briefcase, which is our managed account services, where Jin trades an AUM of more than 10 million USD on a daily basis. So now let me run a second poll. Okay, let me run a second poll here. How did you get here? How did you get to know more about us? Because if you have friends and family who trade Forex, do ask them to join here, share with them. It's going to be very beneficial to all of them as well. Okay, while you're doing the poll, let me take this opportunity to share with you about the LCMS Traders Club. Okay, we have here. Okay, so this is a private group on Facebook where we teach, guide everyone here to be much profitable in the forex in the forex market. Okay, you can see here right now, when we excuse me, well, we not only give you those who are new here, who are or those who join us from the Telegram channel. You do know that we give the signals there, but you do not know. You know when to enter, but you don't know when to exit. You don't know why we enter the trade. So in this LCMS Traders Club, what we have here is that we first issued the signals here in the LCMS Traders Club first. As you can see here, 54 minutes ago, 1 hour ago, we issue here first before we issue the Telegram channel. And not only that, we can see that we not only that issue the signals here first, we give you the analysis of why we trade, why we issue the signals, why we, for example, this US CAD, why we buy US CAD, and give the analysis here, step 1 to step 5. Those who join us a 4-day course, those are not to go and join. This will actually teach you the 5 steps. We really analyze based on the 5 steps to enter a trade. And not only that, when it hits TP1, TP2, or TP3, we will suggest to you to whether to secure profits or to continue to hold on. Now, for those who are for those who are not joining, do go and join the LCMS Traders Club. It's going to be very beneficial because in the long run, you not only will not only earn money, but you also learn and learn from this and know why we do so. And you can also, instead of just being fed, you also be able to fish and feed yourself for the future. Now, not only that, if you want to come in to learn better, to be much better, we have a lot of analysis here. The coaches here will give trade ideas, beneficial. We have students also, I mean, full roll it up here. We have students also coming in. Members now, we have members putting up their suggestions, what they trade. This is really a community where we will give comments on why you did right, why you did wrong, why could you improve on. So it's really a community that is worth joining. Now, not only that, if you are interested in coaching, getting some coaching, getting to know what to do better, we have a Monday and Wednesday live sessions here. On Monday, we have Jin will be walking you through what happened last week. What happened last week, round up the analysis. We also have signal coaching, telling you why we give the signals in more detail, why we exit, why we didn't exit, why we hold. And most importantly, we have a group coaching by Jin itself. This is the time where you can pick Jin's brain on particularly almost any trading related matters. Where you will talk about, he can talk about trading psychology. He can talk about the what's going to happen in one, trading in 1 hour. What's going to happen in a week? How you prepare yourself. You even can trade on a shorter time frame. What you should do, what you cannot do. And not only that, if you're looking for new strategies or coaching sessions, we also have lots of tutorial videos here. We have recently we just talked about the trend series where we talk about moving averages, we talk about channels and a few others. We also not only talk about that, we talk about divergence. We talk about candlesticks, we talk about chart patterns, and many, many more. Okay, so now, so what you could do is you'll be wondering, how do you join this fantastic club, right? So all you got to do is the link is already in the chat. You're going to go, it's the LCMS Traders Club. Really, it's called subscription of only $199 a year, but really it's only about less than $1. It's only 54 cents a day to change your life. So don't wait anymore. Do go ahead and join us right now. Now, rather than talk about it, if you're not join now. If not, let's now hear more from Jin. And Jin,
I'm here. So while we're all laughing away, you got to mute yourself, Daniel. Why we're all laughing away is because I took away Daniel's script. Right, he normally has a script here, telling you about Traders Club and all that. I took it away. Can't see. Well, there. Right, I took away his script. No script, so Daniel got a bit frazzled. Didn't know what's happening. Just to throw a curveball into his everyday life. So yes, you can join LCMS Traders Club for $199 a year, or you can take advantage of this promo that we have going on right now. The VVIP account, 1 pip spread, 100% credit bonus, $25. All you have to do is put in $1,000 and you get LCMS Traders Club absolutely free. Right? So why pay $199 when you can get it free? With that said, actually for all of you attending, how did you like? Put it in the comments, put it in the chat. How did you like yesterday's session, the technical analysis, going through all the indicators again, going through how to look at trend and support, resistance? What did you think? Did you like it? Could I do better? I can always do better. Put it in the comments. Better the second time around, sunk into my brain. Hey Andy, you should check out the videos. The videos are on in the Traders Club, so you can watch it second, third, fourth, fifth, six times over. It gets sunken in even further deeper down. All right, so looking at the news, forextradingasia.com, looking at the news here. Today we are talking about the pound. So we are talking about the pound today. Nothing super exciting for the pound, especially no pound news in particular. We got some US job openings number. We have a Canadian rate statement and rate decision. No change there, but the rate statement will be something you pay a bit of attention to. And then on Thursday, no real pound news. Again, we have the year-on-year construction output, GDP for the UK coming out month on month tomorrow afternoon. And then nothing too exciting again. ECB tomorrow night, so that could impact the pound because of the correlation between the euro and the pound. So the ECB could impact the pound a little bit, especially the euro pound. The US CPI numbers coming out on Thursday night as well. So US CPI numbers going from 1.6 on a year-on-year, keeping at 1.6. The monthly going from 0.2 to 0.1. Not much of a change for the US CPI numbers. I don't anticipate that there's going to be a big difference. So not a big change for the US CPI numbers there as well. And then on Friday, again, not a lot of pound news. Inflation expectations probably going to come out at about similar to 2.8, maybe a little bit lower to 2.7. So that might actually bring a little bit of fluctuations into the pound. And then that is it. So you can see that there's not a lot of economic news data being released for the pound in particular. However, if you go through this, scroll a bit lower, you will see that there are a lot of breaking news, all that discussion about whether there's a deal or no deal between the Eurozone and the UK for Brexit. Um, Pound erases losses as UK set for a final showdown talk. It looks like the deal might come around. There has been a lot of posturing, a lot of playing, calling each other's bluff, going and saying, "I no deal at all, not going to look into making a deal if the demands are too strong." It looks like they will end up with a deal. It's only a matter of time and a matter of what kind of deal. They have sorted out the Northern Ireland border discussion already, so there's a deal there. And then you see traders snap out of Brexit hope and brace for any outcome. Sterling under Brexit pressure. This was yesterday. Right now, we are seeing some positivity. Pound cuts losses as Johnson heads to Brussels to broker a deal. They are still talking about that deal. They're not shutting down saying no deal. Okay, we saw a big drop in the pound when I think earlier this week when they came around and say we're not going to do a deal if the eurozone is going to force it upon us. At this point, it looks a little bit more positive again. The UK also on separate note, the UK as well has had their first person had a vaccine applied on the first person. So we've seen that probably going to bring a little bit of positivity, but not too much. I don't think this is something that's going to swing the markets around immediately. It's only one person so far, and to get it across the board, to get everyone onto the vaccine is going to take quite a bit of effort and also a long time before we see any reverse from this whole COVID situation. Okay, so looking at the charts, this is the pound dollar on the H4 time frame. I'll zoom in one. This is that big drop. This was that big drop I was telling you about. We saw that good 180 pip drop downwards. And this also highlights the importance of your support resistance lines. We had our line at about 1.3270. It did exactly that. It went down, tried to break lower, but then it stopped there and bounced off 1.3270. Again, this also is just a recap from yesterday's technical session. Once it was outside of Bollinger Band, we saw that move back into Bollinger Band very quickly. Well, within that 4 hour, the next candle, we saw that come straight back in. At this point now, I think that with some positivity coming from a potential deal, that discussion of a potential deal, we could see further upside in the pound. And you can also see the way it's set up. I'll put one candle before. You see the way it's set up. The fast MACD looks like it's crossing upwards already. That's starting to move up. That trend is and has been moving on an upward trajectory. That bounce off that support of 1.3270. All that put together gives me the somewhat confidence on the buyers to say that it looks like it's going to be heading higher, especially if it breaks above this point that we've seen here. So this 1.3391 level or 1.3390 level, very close to it right now, about 15 pips away, has to go up, cross above that, cross above the 1.3390 level, then we could see further upside. At this first instance, it will be a 40 pip move upwards towards that resistance of 1.3432. But if we see it move up break that 1.3432, we could see again further upside, possibly all the way to 1.3517. Okay, so zooming in again, we could see that move upwards. It already looks like it's starting to move up. First move would be that quick trade, 40 pips, 30 pips upwards. Keep your stops very tight at about 30 pips. So you got 30 pip risk, 30 pip profit towards that resistance of 1.3432. Then second trade will be to let it break above 1.3432 and then see that move up towards 1.3523. So this trade would be a good 30 pip again for that 70, 80 pip profit. Risk 30, make 80. I would be looking into this as a two trade kind of setup. First one to trade it up. You could even get in quite early, actually. I would say get in a little bit earlier. 1.3390, have a good almost 40 pip upward move. And then this second trade could almost be risk-free. If you've made that 30 pip here, a 30 pip stop loss here would be risk-free for an 80 pip upside. So in a worst case scenario, over two trades, you could be net 0 or you could be up 110. Well, no, actually it could be worse. You could be losing 30 pips. 30, 0 or 110. That kind of scenario outplay would be quite attractive, putting in several trades in that consideration. So that was a pound US dollar on the H4 time frame. As we look at the pound dollar, we look into the euro pound. As that upward move continues, looks like it's likely to continue for the pound dollar. We're probably going to see that euro pound come down, test, as I said yesterday, test that 9024 level, because an upward move in a pound dollar is likely to push the euro pound lower. Okay, so I think that view still continues to hold, especially as we look into the euro dollar. Euro dollar hasn't moved up yet. It's still sitting at this point. I think that this upward move will probably happen not today, probably tomorrow, late tomorrow evening, where it bounces off during the ECB press conference. So looking at it quite quickly, I think pound will be something to be watching. Quite interestingly, given the news coming out from the UK about any potential Brexit deal, if it does break lower, I will be a bit hesitant to enter any selling trades, because you can see that any downward move has been very quick but very short-lived. So if it does come down, you could have that 100 pip move here, but you probably wait for it to drop a bit lower before it gets there. And once it gets there, it probably could rocket back up very quickly. So I would not be too tempted to sell any of the pound dollar. I'll be looking for buying opportunities, especially with any accompanying UK Brexit deal talks. With that said, let me see if there's any questions. All right, so no questions. I'll pass it back to Daniel.
Okay, great, Jin. Thanks a lot. We have on the pound USD, the two possible buy trades. So do remember on that. Watch the video if you missed it. For the euro pound, we're just looking at continue to move to the 0.9024 level. So I just launched a poll. Please let us know what you have thought about this session. So by the way, those who are new here, a recording of this video will be uploaded. So thank you for joining these sessions today. Tomorrow is Thursday. So Thursday, we'll be talking about the yen and gold. Looking forward to see you then tomorrow. Bye-bye.